everybody.
Yo, what's going on? We're back. Yo, we just got raided by Saucy. Oh, we got Wicked Raid. Yo, thank you.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
For the raid.
Yo, hail Raiders. So thank you so much, Wicked Virtue, for the raid. Thank you. Hope everyone's doing well. Yo, we're back, boys. We are back. Holy crap, man. Oh man, like there's so much shit that's happening this week. I didn't get to watch any of the shows. I was looking forward to Penguin 3. Penguin episode 3. I heard it's really, really good. And I didn't get to watch it.
It is. All
right.
And that's the only one worth watching. Agatha, you can skip. Tomb Raider, it's all right. It's all right at best.
Yeah. But holy crap. But thank you so much, Wicked, for the raid. Really appreciate it. Thank you. If you guys don't know who we are, we're Project Eggroll, and we're Asian, and we have a podcast. That's what Jay will say. But yo, thank you for the raid. Hail Raiders, hail. And yes, we have a bunch of stuff. We're gonna do a short one today. It's gonna be 2 hours. So we usually go 4 hours. We're gonna do 2 hours today. Because I'll be gone. I'll be gone for the next 2.5 weeks. I'll be headed to Texas. So that's gonna be fun. But we're still gonna be doing Project Eggroll on Saturdays. But yes, just today is gonna be short. But we do have a guest. So let's go ahead and just go through our intro. But we have a bunch of stuff we're gonna be talking about. Sweet Baby, of course. Always comes back, of course. And Konami, Silent Hill, and we do have some stuff that have to do with furries. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys in chat are super excited. But before we get started, talk about that and a whole lot more. Would you kindly smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, share this video with your friends. Our goal is to hit 69 subscribers before the year ends. So hopefully we can hit that. But if you guys do want to check out some of our merch, do check out Project Eggroll right over here with our spring. You get some of your t-shirts. I have this one. I love wearing this shirt out. Remember, I went to a soup plantation that's no longer soup plantation anymore because they went out of business. And this is the white guy came up to me and said, "I love your shirt." I'm like, I love it. But yes, go ahead and check out some of our merch. I am wearing one of our Eggroll. They're Asian and they have a podcast there shirt. Get our Project Eggroll hub, and we get our Let's Go Brandon shirts. I'll leave these up for a little bit longer because these don't really make sense anymore. But if you guys do happen to buy some of our merch, please do use promo code Asian at checkout to get yourself 20% off your order. And if you guys do like coffee, go ahead and check out our affiliated link down below with brand coffee. Go ahead and get some of your stuff. The peach cinnamon does sound pretty good. And the maple cream and the spiked cinnamon sounds really, really good. But yes, check out coffee. Yeah, it does.
Sounds super sweet.
Yes, but check out brand coffee. Please do use our affiliated link, and please do use promo code Asian at checkout to get yourself some savings. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and introduce our guest. She is the queen of all things that's BL and Fujoshi. Please do welcome Madam Savvy.
Hello. It is a joy to be here. I can't wait to educate chat on all things boy love. Just kidding, I won't.
So thank you for coming on. We've been trying to get you on for like the past couple of weeks now, but I know that I think you were busy the first time, and the second time you were at a rally. So do you have pictures?
I do, but
you don't have to show us, but like it's just wondering.
There are, but the pictures, honestly, the one thing that I did kind of touch on a little bit on Twitter, but even with the pictures, even with the aerial view, you cannot quantify or truly appreciate the crowd that was there unless you were there. I think that was the most humbling and wonderful experience. And everyone was so positive and so nice and normal. I know that both sides get painted as only extremists go to rallies, and like uneducated people on either side. That's not the case. There's actually a lot of normal people, and it was really, really cool to just talk to so many people.
When you decided to go, did you know that Elon Musk was going to be there?
No.
Oh.
I had decided to go 2 or 3 days before he announced. And no, I decided to go the night that JD Vance and Walls had their debate. And I said, something just feels right about going. It's close by. This is like a once in a lifetime experience, because I've gone to other political rallies in the past too, even for, people I didn't end up voting for. Like I've seen Palin, I've seen Obama, I've seen some of the others. Like I think that stuff's important. And so when Elon said that he was going to go, I'm like,
That's cool. See, the thing is that like I'm not too far from Coachella Valley.
Ooh.
And I know the rally's happening now.
And
didn't know. Like, my friend messaged me. He's like, "Hey, are you gonna go to the rally?" I'm like, "I have a guest on," so I'm not gonna go. But the thing is that, like, for me, I'm not sure how how Coachella Valley is. Like, traffic must be insane going over
I
there.
would
But yeah,
hate to deal with that. Yeah.
yeah. But I do want to check out rallies. Maybe sometime in the future. But like, I'm not sure if they're gonna have any more because election is basically less than a month.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to go back over to where you are. I know he's
Yeah.
got some more stuff planned back on the East Coast for the swing states, but I
Yeah.
don't know because they also don't announce them very far in advance, which is why the one that I went to was such a surprise because we didn't know it was going to be there. We knew eventually he'd go back to Butler, but we just didn't know when. And then I just happened to look. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have a bunch of people hanging out in the chat. We have Cliff Anderson. What's going on? We have Marley. We got Saint Adam, Gonk, Just JK. What's going on? We got, is that long last name? Very good name. We got Crimson Cyborg hanging out. We got Ken Hauser. Hopefully I said that right. We got LDT3 was saying Wicked Raid. And we have Adam. We have so many people. Adam Sage, Psychotic Mongoose, Snapple Rai Rai, Emilius Clark's Groll Arm. You got Jet Spitzer. What's going on? The Hertz Donut, the 7th Hokage. Of course, that is Naruto, if you guys didn't know. And we got that one time at band camp. And yeah, we have a bunch more. We have Gary. I'm not going to pronounce that last name. Worthington. What's going on? Hope you're doing well. We got Wayfarer. We got Magnus. We do have some people in Rumble chat too. We have Big Z Video Games hanging out right over there. And Cliff Anderson's also there. And then we have Cappy Nova hanging out in the chat going on. And we already got some gifted membership. Stitch, thank you so much for the 5 gifted membership. Thank you. And what the hell? Jim Watari with the 20. What's going on? But thank you. Holy crap, man. Thank you. And the coconut, holy crap, another 5 right over here. That is an amazing profile picture. I'm gonna need a HD version of that because I think that's a mod for sure. But thank you everyone hanging out in the chat. But yes, there's a whole bunch of people hanging out right now. I'm probably not going to be able to go through everyone, but thank you everyone for hanging out. So for people who don't know who you are, Madam Savvy, so people who don't know who you are, tell us who you are and what do you do?
Oh gosh, I'm just a basement dwelling artist. You guys have probably seen me in one way or another through some of my posts on Twitter. I do a lot of data dumping. Back in March, I got involved with the whole Gamergate thing just because Take This org had a segment on their website that said that they were funded by the government. And for whatever reason, I couldn't let that go. And here I am today, now a DEI and ESG expert on the conversation because I didn't realize so many people were actually interested in talking about it. But other than that, I am actually a career artist. Thanks to YouTube and Twitter, I've actually been able to have my commissions off for an extended period of time. Usually I take summers off just that way I can focus on learning and doing animation work and stuff like that. But thanks to the generosity of everybody, I can keep that closed and keep 1, learning for myself, and 2, putting out other stuff, which is really cool. But I did commission work for over 10 years.
Oh, wow. What kind of art do you do? The only thing that I saw you did was that quick drawing you did of a banana.
Yes. What are you doing here? So I'll draw just about anything. I'm kind of one of those jack of all trades artists. So if somebody wants something done in a particular style, I will let them know if I can mimic it. Otherwise, I've done 2D, 3D, I've done realism, I've done things like logo work, I've done brand stuff, I've done product mock-ups, I've done character stuff, like literally everything.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is because like I'm an artist too. And I'm just wondering, like, can you give us an example of what you've done?
Oh, you want, yeah, well, I can just give you my website.
Yes, I'll definitely want to check out your stuff is because for me, whenever someone gives me their what's it called again, their portfolio, I like checking it out and see what they do and stuff like that. Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah, so these are all a bit older. I haven't updated my website in a while, but it gives you a pretty rough idea of what I can do. And there shouldn't be any surprises. This is all safe for work.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is there like a password protected one where it's like you type in the password and then there's like a bunch of like BS stuff in there?
No. I try to keep so this is my public brand, the Savvy brand, and I've tried to be pretty good about separating my not safe for work and safe for work stuff. But when I got into crypto and NFT, I kind of said, heck it. So if you go back far enough in my Twitter feed, you can find some of my naughty work. But otherwise, I don't typically post it too much on this account. I do have stealth accounts with lots of free art and stuff like that. So.
Were you part of the Deviant Art Not Safe for Work crowd?
In the earliest days, but DeviantArt went downhill like by the time I was 16 or 17. So I kind of bailed. I actually spent more time on 4chan in like draw threads and things like that. So
okay, all right, cool. Like I've gotten what was your weirdest commission?
Oh gosh. So I like to tell this story with a furry. I ended up turning hang on, I'll turn the camera off for a second while my dog goes out. So I typically draw just about anything, but one day a furry approached me and they wanted a double. How do I put this? So you know how some fish have two male attachments to them. This person wanted their dragon salmon wolf creature with a double fully masked. I'm trying to do this in the most PG way possible. Thing with 2 sets of Boombas, and they were offering me such a generous amount of money, so much more than I ever normally would have taken, and I had to turn them down. It was the only time in my life that I said no to a particular piece of content.
Oh man. Okay, so I've gotten weird. Okay, the chat knows already, but like I've gotten some weird fucking like requests before. So
Yeah.
I think the craziest one the chat knows already was I started drawing a bunch of like like how would you say this? Like damsel in distress, like Daphne, right? Daphne, and I did one of Black Cat, and then people liked it, and then this person's like, oh, can you do one of Daphne? I was like, okay. It's like, do you want? It's like, can you have her gagged and tied up? And I was like, okay, sure. I did it, and he's like, can you like cover the rope from her ankles all the way to like the top of her chest and have her standing up and looking at the camera?
See, that's not weird to me. That's actually very normal and tame.
For me, it was weird because I've never gotten any of those.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but the worst thing that I've ever done for myself was having when Twinkies were gonna go out of like they're gonna discontinue Twinkies. This was like back in like 2012 or 2013, and I was like, oh, that sucks, man. And then they brought back Twinkies, and then during this time the Minions were super popular, so I basically made a Minion having sex with a Twinkie, and basically the cream pie filling was the Twinkie.
That's a beautiful meme, though. That's so beautiful. I loved it. I want to see that. Do you still have it?
I think I do, but I think if I show it, because I have two of them. I have one of them where the Minion is smoking a cigarette, and then there's a hole in the Twinkie, and it says, that's a great cream pie or something like that. I forgot what I wrote. And the other one is literally just the Minion railing the Twinkie. That's the one I probably can't show.
Oh my god, that's awesome. See, I love stuff like that. Like being to make your own memes, that's the joy of being an artist. That right there is definitely the joy of it.
All right. So now I do want to ask, like, how did you like get to meet like Geeks and Gamers and like be a part of like Tuesday Nights Minute? You're a regular now, so I'm just wondering, like, how did you guys meet? Was it like just like Gamergate stuff, or was it like you guys knew each other for a while?
So Jeremy D-Day Cobra, he was the one who stumbled across some of my research posts, the data dumps. And so they initially just wanted me to come on to daily, and they had me on with Kirsha at the same time, not realizing what that would do, because she and I had already been live together once on Side Scrollers. And I guess he appreciated our style of weird, and so he asked me to come on the Late Show because he thought that would, one, do better. And I told him, oh man, if you guys are waking me up this early, I need more of a warning usually.
Yeah.
So then they just had me on the night show originally as a guest, and then they asked me to just stick around because I just fit in. So it's been
cool.
Yeah, no, I've been really, really grateful for that, honestly. I was a Twitch streamer prior. Some years ago, I took a few years off, but it was always seen as competitions. Like people who I thought were my friends, they really weren't. So my experience with making friends and whatever online, not very good. And so when they said like they just genuinely wanted to hang out with me instead of like just have me on the stream because I provided content, that warmed my soul. So like I feel really, really good about the YouTube side of things. I didn't know it was so different from Twitch.
That's cool. I really enjoy
Yeah.
that. It's because I really like when you when you and Beardle just start like going at it.
Oh my God. He's honestly, I've never met somebody where like they just fit that little brother role so quickly.
Mhm.
And I am older than him, even though it doesn't look like it. My husband actually made that comment. He's like, you can't call somebody who's older than you a little brother. And I'm like, no, his birthday just happened and he's younger. But
Didn't he just turn like 30 or something?
he just turned
Or like 28 or
20.
something?
No, he's like 27, I think.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, he is. He
Yeah.
is. But the beard makes him look older, and then having the deep voice too. But yeah, no, we have like a good bickering energy.
That's good. I like that. It's funny because like I remember when I came on, it was just you two were arguing. I was like, "What's going on?" And it was just like you saying that like you like show us your legs,
Mhm.
and then he was like, "Oh, show us your feet."
No, it's terrible. So that happened. That started because Jeremy made a comment. He said, "Oh, you need to ask Beardo about working out and about his legs or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, is this just a shtick? Haha. All right, sure, I'll play into it, whatever."
Mhm.
I didn't realize it would actually turn into something, that it wasn't something. So Jeremy inadvertently set this up, and now it's just a long running gag.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you did mention furries at first.
Mm,
Are you yourself a furry?
look. I like Lopunny because she's a very cute Pokemon. Yeah, Lola Bunny does something for everyone. Yeah, Nala giving the bedroom eyes. It's a thing. I'm not a goddamn furry. All
Okay.
right.
Now, the thing is, you said that you went to PAX before, right?
Mhm.
Are you in this crowd?
God, no.
Are you in this?
I can smell the crowd from here. No, I am not in this crowd.
Like, are you sure this one right here is not you?
If I was a furry, I'm not saying I've given any thought to this whatsoever, but if I was a furry, I would be a Lisa Frank-inspired African wild dog.
Oh, so you thought about it.
No, I have never once given it thought before nor designed anything whatsoever. But if I was in a hypothetical world, it would be that.
Oh man. Yeah, for me, like I think, like I have nothing against furries, but it's just like I feel like most of them, if not all of them, like the one that's in like full costume, have some sort of autism.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No. So the weirdest thing, if you want to make money as an artist, you cater to the furry community because they are hungry for content and they will pay. On top of that, also some of the most talented seamstresses that exist. Making a fursuit is not easy, nor is it cheap. You do got to give them some credit for that because they're making like they're turning. Some of them get so in depth that they will turn your legs into looking like an animal leg, and I don't know how they do that. I think that that's actually really cool from a costume standpoint. Would I ever want to walk around like that? God, no.
Isn't there like a $10,000 like suit that someone made for someone that looks like
Yeah, that's that hyper realistic
Yeah.
Shetland sheepdog one that you're talking about. But
Yeah.
some of this stuff can get into the thousands.
Yeah, that's crazy. The funny thing about this photo is you get this random hell diver one down here.
What the heck's he doing there? I guess sure, whatever. Sure.
Oh yeah. There's some random and these people are in the back. He's like, oh, what's going on at the zoo? Right? You got some people and like I this is PAX and this is crazy. I think that's That's turning red. It looks like it's the
Yeah, there's the red panda and the reindeer.
Yeah, I bet you Sonic's Fox is in here somewhere, but
Oh, Tails.
yeah, but this is crazy though. But yeah, this is good. It's good to know is because for some reason like you have a lot of knowledge in like Fujoshi stuff and like BL stuff. I remember when I was on TMNE and you said that you were like really into it, and I was like, huh. So like, is it like yaoi, like Yuri on Ice kind of stuff? You're like, oh, it's a little bit more than that now. And I just found out what Fujoshi meant like earlier this week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was an actual term for it. I thought people who it's called like people who like BL, but
Yeah, well, so the Fujos take it like a little bit step further. Like you have your common enjoyer of it, but then you have people like me who are maybe a little too obsessive. But whatever. But so there's also different types of Fujo. Like there's the ones who want people in real life to kiss and things like that, and they watch their Korean dramas and things, and, that kind of stuff. I'm purely in a fictional sense. I don't. Okay. I'm big into the whole 3D pig, 2D pure. Even though I'm married, he's the only pure 3D for me. But yeah, no, it's that distinction is important to me because I just consume it purely from a fictional standpoint. But
Grae, do you know what Fujoshi is?
No, I was gonna ask that question.
Savvy, what is it?
So it's a fun way to call somebody a rotten girl. Basically, you're kind of like calling them a pervert. So they're usually super into yaoi. They want dudes to kiss. They'll write their fan fictions about people or characters that they love. They usually have, an obsessive amount of merch for whatever their one true pairing is, or maybe they have a bunch of pairings. Or if you're like me, you're just an enjoyer of anything. So.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So I'm gonna ask this questions on behalf of my wife, who's very into like BL stuff. Whenever she sees like two guys almost kiss in like an anime thing, she like loses her crap. So she wanted me to ask you, where do you get your content from? It's because she says that like she has friends who are into it, but they're Chinese or Taiwanese and they're not subbed. So the thing is that she only reads English. So is there anything that you can I'm not sure if she's in the chat, but like is there anything that you can help her with or anything you can provide for her?
They have like courier services. It's basically a third party, and you can go to these websites and they will service various Daojin shops or R18 serving websites because you can't just import them super easy. But this third party will go and they'll buy it for you with an additional fee and then send it to you. So I have a friend, I can send you the same link that I got because my friend's actually helping me figure out this other courier service because the one that I was using before didn't get some of the R18 stuff. And I obviously want my dirty little Japanese bucks.
Wait, so these are physical media?
Yeah. Like, it doesn't have any on the cover.
Sounds like a black market.
Oh no. My wife will love that. Oh
yeah,
no.
So this is my Gen 6 stuff, but my Gen 6 Pokemon stuff.
Like I can see someone like writing a skit. It's like, oh here wife, I bought you all of these like BL Fujo stuff. And she's like, okay, I'll read it in a couple of days. And then she goes to read it and it's like, why are these pages stuck together?
It's funny. So there's one of the Boy Love series that I just read. There's actually a character in there. One of the boyfriends, he buys his girlfriend all the Boy Love stuff. Like it's a very meta thing. It's Sasaki to Miyano. She probably actually knows exactly what that is. It's really cute and wholesome. Usually not the thing that I go for because I prefer like a lot of turmoil in my relationships. I like that really problematic fiction.
Oh, no.
So it's harder to find though because of American regulation, which is actually a really frustrating problem. So before you used to be able to go on Pixiv, they actually have like a built-in shop thing, but now they restrict what you can buy and what you can list because of MasterCard and Visa. So a lot of the stuff for years I was able to just consume for free. I didn't have to buy it, and I was a broke, starving artist. But I'd throw money at the artist who I love as often as I can. But yeah, because of that, now I've had to research like all the courier stuff and all this other. So
All right, cool. Like, yeah, I'll definitely definitely send me a link to that. I'll ask my wife. She's gonna ask me, is it okay if I buy these? And I'll be like, it's okay, because one day I would just like wake up in the middle of the night, like, and then I see like her. It's like 3 a.m. and like there's like a light glowing next to her face. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing.
It's me every night with my husband. So he snores and like
Uh-huh.
I just stay up until he stops. But like I write my dirty little fan fictions and I'll scroll through Japanese art Twitter. So
Yeah, and she's been like reading a lot of the Korean ones, and I was
they're
like,
so
I was like, tell me you don't pay for it. She's like, not that expensive. I was like, you do?
Oh my
What?
God.
And she's like,
I
it's
just
only
do.
$8.
If she's getting into that stuff, I bet she's also watched some of the shorts. So like Korean animation, like the small studios who are doing these like 3 to 8 minute long episodes. Holy crap, the animation is so beautiful. Sometimes I go back and just rewatch it just to study the freaking frames because they're so good. I'm actually really impressed. Like the Korean storytelling scene has just blown up over the past few years.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Korean media has been really, really good. Like
Mhm.
their animation is being really, really good too. And now, of course, we're getting really good games that are coming out from Korea, which is awesome. But let's go ahead and talk about our first topic of tonight. And I'm pretty sure. They're good. Oh my god, my wife just popped in and is like, yeah, they're very good.
Ah,
Oh,
gotta
man.
introduce us.
Oh, I will. Oh man. But all right, let's go talk about our first topic right over here. Just comes to us from Bounding in the Comics. Sweet Baby Inc. CEO Kim Belair reflects on company backlash, says anti-DEI critics are coming together under the rallying cry of far-right supremacy. So, what are your thoughts on this, Grae? Like, this was a couple of days ago, right? Where she said that like she likes woke stuff or something like that. I like she likes people that are making fun of it is because like now she can like isolate all of them in like one bubble. Like, what do you think about this?
Uh, I have not read this one, but I do know that they kind of overhauled. They purged their website. I haven't seen it, but it's like it's pretty much bare bones now, if I'm not mistaken. If we look at their website right now,
Yeah, let me look it up.
it's yeah. They cleared out all their current clients, and I think some of the things they've said. But the internet is kind of forever, so I don't think they're doing themselves any favors. But
Yeah,
in a sense, it's kind of worse too, because like right now, instead of showing who they work with, we don't know anymore. So it's kind of more of like we don't more of a bad. I see it more of a bad thing because like I prefer them shouting who they work with rather than them hiding it and then us finding out like for future games. Oh, they were involved in it. I'd rather that we know ahead of time rather than being taken by surprise. They insert DEI stuff in our video games.
yeah, they don't
That's
have
just how I
like
feel.
the client list on the bottom anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it looks like everything has changed. Savvy, I saw that you repost this on your X account. What are your thoughts on this?
Obviously, transparency is a sign of an honest business individual. And when people make moves to be less transparent, you know that there is something going on behind the scenes that is a massive red flag. They can try to hide these things, but people already know what they're about. She's been overly confident at speaking events. And she was, once is a joke, twice is a pattern, 3 times that's part of your marketing pitch. So every time that she says things like, go bully your marketing team, go scare the ever living crap out of them, that has stayed with people and people will not forget that. By hiding things that they have on their website, it shows that they know they're not doing something useful.
Yeah,
If
100%.
yeah, if what they did was a good thing, if they had a positive impact on games, they wouldn't be in hiding, they wouldn't be saying the things that they are, and they would be proudly showing off all of these big names that hire them. But they know they're useless and their time is coming to an end.
Yeah. See, the first paragraph says that in the opinion of the company CEO, Kim Belair, not only has the ongoing discourse surrounding the work of Sweet Baby Inc. amounted to nothing more than a campaign of harassment, but its critics' opposition to the concept of corporate-style diversity, equity, and inclusion is an indicator of the far-right ideas. Now, it's just like So this is the I'm not gonna go and watch this. You guys, if you guys want, I can share this one in the chat. But it's she basically goes on. It's a hello. My name is Kim Belair. In my circles, I'm largely considered a relatively nice person. These are my dogs, Sage and Flaky. These are my cats. Yada yada yada. And then it's like, but the day I am Grae's CEO, Sweet Baby Inc. NDEI obsessed censorship mafia who is currently ruining and wokeifying all the video games that you've ever played. Which is when she said that, it's like she's embracing it. And like I know this is supposed to come off as a joke, but I know that she's embracing it. And the thing is that they're not going to back down from what they're doing. Like even though that you have like this, DEI detected and like all the stuff that Cabrutus has been doing, everyone has been running stories and saying how bad it is, and now like this whole entire thing is being like covered, hidden. Our client list is gone. Yeah, it's a really bad tell on what do you think about your company, right? Because usually if you are, especially a lot of these people who are in this industry, they're really proud of what they worked on. Usually, like I work in the game industry, and whenever a person who's really I worked on this one, all this like DEI stuff that's in Spider-Man 2, in all Final Fantasy, or Forspoken or whatever, Suicide Squad, because it's just like it's all us. And the fact that they're only catering to like a small percent goes to show that they love losing money. But I don't know. Do you agree with that? Like, it's just, is there more to this other than the fact that she just like a delusional, like crazy sycophant?
It's so this is what happens when gender studies individuals are released into the world. There are no jobs for them. So they need to come up with problems so that way they have a job. They are professional Karens. So my degree program was in biology. Even back in college, just before any of this conversation ever happened, every single person in the regular psychology program, all of the biologists, everyone else in the science departments, we laughed at gender studies people. We mocked them. We said, have fun wasting $80,000 on that piece of paper that you'll never be able to use in life. These are the people who want you to pay off their debt for them. They don't provide anything of value, and they know that. So the Take This org is my favorite thing to bring up with this. So the individual who managed to get the DHS $669,000 contract from DHS to monitor gamers and prove that there's alt-right extremism and terrorist recruitment happening on a daily basis in Call of Duty lobbies. Well, guess what? The contract didn't get to renew at the end of the 2-year period, and the topic was so important to her, so near and dear to her heart, so visceral to her career that she's now writing about Taylor Swift sycophants.
and what makes me upset is that a lot of these community managers, like even like the ones that work for the company, the company that I work for, like all of them I feel like all of them are the same. They're all like, talk to your marketing team and like harass them if they don't do this kind of stuff. And all of them have like crazy flags in their profiles, and like all like either not one or all of them. And you get the trans flag and the Ukraine flag, and for some reason the Palestine flag there too. And then you get the pronouns in the bios. Like all of them are the same people, I feel like.
It's so weird. So that's because the community management position is the lowest of the low. It is essentially just customer service rebranded. So it's supposed to be something like an entry-level position, but it's supposed to be akin to providing customer service. You are the voice of the company to give updates and keep the community informed, but you are also relaying messages, comments, technical problems, things like that from the community. You are nothing more than that. Sometimes you put on events and organizations. Sometimes you get a budget for giveaways or things like that, right? But at the end of the day, you're still providing customer service. I used to do community management, and actually I train people to be moderators and offer good community management for all of that. But these people, they are power hungry because they have no power in their lives. They sit there on their computer all day long doing nothing of value. They don't create anything. They're not writing something. They're not making their own stories. They're not trying to develop any skills. They're not working on an education. They are literally just sitting there all day in the dark alone. And then somebody somewhere along the way said, hey, we'll pay you to be a Discord community manager and we'll pay you $30,000 or $40,000. It's not a lot of money, but to somebody who's living off of government assistance, that's quite a bit. That's a nice little bump up in the payment pipeline there for them. And now we're where we're at because they let these low-level individuals who have no customers training service just run free.
Yeah, and we do know that a lot. They've been getting a barrage of people who are complaining about, hey, you should stop, putting a bunch of these like propaganda ideology messaging in your video game. Right over here, there's a paragraph. At its peak, which was somewhere around February or March of this year, we were getting something like 300 emails a day, which admittedly, some of those are going to be spam or bots or whatever, but they were often accompanied by death threats and threats to our families. Now, of course, I don't condone that. This is something
condone these.
Yeah, this is awful. But the thing is that if you actually have like legitimate criticism or why you shouldn't have it, like it's not considered, hate speech or whatever. I think the thing is that if DEI and like ESG stuff actually does make money, Toyota wouldn't have reverted their statement with the thing last time we talked about them removing or furthering themselves from the DEI messaging. Same thing with I think Harbor and Freight and a bunch of these big companies that Robbie Starbuck has been calling out. Is because if they actually did care, then they actually did care about the DEI and woke messaging, they would just leave it there. Who cares? But it's actually bottom line's about money. Mm-hmm. So if it doesn't make money, then they're going to remove it. But the thing is that Sweet Baby, they don't care about this because they're getting consultant money from.
Yeah, they get paid ahead of time. They have no stake in it because they're not working off of a contract where, we'll make X percentage of sales. No, they're getting an upfront fee. So whatever they're charging, whether it's, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, we have no idea. I can't imagine they're actually charging hundreds of thousands. There's no way anyone would hire them, even if it proved to be a bump up in ESG. I don't know. I've been dying to get a hold of their pitch deck. I have tried to go undercover. I have tried to, see if somebody will squeal, and ain't nobody falling for it. God.
Yeah. You should just come on. If Matt Walsh was able to get into that convention at like the Democratic convention, I'm pretty sure you would too.
Somebody should squeal. Just give me. I just want the pitch deck. I will even sign an NDA for my own curiosity. I am so desperate to see how they are convincing companies because we all know it's bullshit. The company doesn't actually give a crap. They're just like, hey, this product already sucks. We might as well try to get what kind of a tax break we can through ESG or DEI or see if we can weasel out some more investors and squeeze some money out of them.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's just a pain in the butt, and they're just wasting everyone's time. Like, okay, congratulations, you ruined a few games. We'll just wait a few more years. We already have to wait for our favorites to come out. We have an incredible backlog. I can replay the same game for thousands of hours. Don't care. Just come on, knock it off.
Yeah. And right over here, there's another paragraph. They say, and as ridiculous, as stupid as it all was, I actually was not prepared for the escalation when noted buffoon and Twitter CEO Elon Musk decided that he would chime in with his very cool thoughts. So this was hard the whole time. Since the beginning, it wasn't great. But we were receiving countless emails, all this constant hate. It was targeted enough to feel disconcerting, even when it was kind of silly. And it was also kind of drowning out the support. But when Elon Musk chimed in, it really made me realize the scale of it because the richest man in the world was suddenly turning the eye of Sauron onto 16 people trying to make a pretty modest living in the industry they love. And he was arguing with our collapse.
And that's such a bullshit statement. You don't love it. There's nothing about this that you love. You love your gender studies and you love the power that you feel like you have. If you loved this industry, you wouldn't settle for bad products. You wouldn't do a bad job. In Spider-Man, for example, the one thing that you're supposed to do, you got wrong. You wouldn't work with the lowest of the low. In fact, if you loved this industry and you gave a crap about video games, you wouldn't try to weasel your way into Square Enix or Sony or any of that. You would actually be teaching people in places like Chicago, Detroit, or other cities how to start a business, how to make their own games and tell their own unique story. If you loved this industry, you wouldn't be charging an arm and a leg for your crappy service. But you don't love it.
Yeah, it's I agree with you. It's the thing is that like I work on a Marvel game, and there's never once been a time where like someone's like, oh, let's make this person not who they originally are, right? And if they wanted something new, that they wanted to make like a LGBTQ character that's not already in the game, or they wanted to make a non-binary trans character or whatever, like they would make a new character, which is good, which is what you should do, right? Instead of taking something in a pre-existing IP and then completely changing it, right? It's I think it's just they want to do that, and they're doing it maliciously because they want to have people not, especially like females or like hot female characters. Let's make them fat and lame and ugly, or let's make them lesbian or trans actually, and then we can stick it to the chuds or whatever. It's like it's so stupid and lame, and I'm just like for me, like as an artist, like I don't have any say in terms of like how the character is or how they act, but I just make the art. But this is they're doing this maliciously, and I'm glad that they're being called out, and I hope that the stakeholders and that the board members and people and investors sees it's like, you know what, let's remove all of the DEI garbage moving forward. And they're just going to rebrand themselves, I have a feeling.
What's really funny,
Yeah.
actually, what you just did. So you said stakeholders. Stakeholders includes everybody in the company, including the lowest of the low, like a janitor.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
shareholders who you want to see. And the reason why there was a language shift in the way that companies put out their reports, they no longer say shareholders, they say stakeholders. It's because shareholders have noticed. The shareholders are not happy.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that was intentional.
Yeah, it's just like, and the thing is that like I get like even at my company, I'm getting these things like, oh, DEI stuff, like we're gonna bring in a freaking the drag queen to do bingo night. I'm like, what the how does this? It's like, why are you wasting money?
That's all it is. So I don't know how into following corporate reports and boring stuff like that is for you, but one of the things that I do is I'll actually base my assessment off of the current state of the market from a couple of companies, one of them being Salesforce. And so Salesforce has actually reduced their DEI and ESG languaging. They're also doing a little bit less in terms of like sensitivity training, only what would be legally useful, either issued by their state that that building is currently in, or overseas, because they have businesses and they own businesses all over the world. The EU is actually a really, really big time waster when it comes to that kind of garbage, which one day hopefully it all goes away, because even presidents of companies, I talked to the high res president. He was kind enough to have a back and forth with me, and even he said like nobody likes it. It's just to prevent any legal issues from somebody who might complain to HR over something that's totally out of our control. And the fact that there are people like that who work for companies who go out of their way to go to HR to blow up tiny problems into making it a big thing, those are such wastes of space to society. Fire these people. Get rid of them. Don't give them jobs.
Yeah, they're all these people are all activists, and they're just I feel like they just don't have, like you said, professional Karens to try to like push their like
they provide like nothing of value. And I think it's the reason why they managed to infiltrate so many companies the way they did is because I think they were able to market themselves in such a way that it adds to the ESG score for them to get more loans. I think that's how. It's not because like they charge really high. I think it's because they position themselves that way that they become more compliant for the DEI loans. And now that it kind of backfired to all these companies, they're all. I think Square Enix was the start. I like what I think is like, because we talked about Square Enix just last week, right? Like they removed Square Enix, and then when all the other companies started saw that, I think they started following suit. That's why they kind of had to wipe out. They, you know what? Let's just clean out everything. Like they don't want to just show like one company left in there, so they're just gonna wipe it out, not to look. At least that looks less disgraceful compared to just like slowly removing all the companies that don't want to associate with them anymore. And yeah,
Yep.
they
It's
provide
as
zero value.
Yeah, as they lose contracts or contracts are not renewed, they'd obviously have to remove them from the website because then the company would say you no longer are associated with us. And the reason why they're not getting renewed isn't though just because the tides are turning, it's because they're baking that language into the positions. So we saw with Microsoft what they did with the Halo rebranding and who they put in charge of that. That is the epitome of the bridge language now being baked into a position, which is really unfortunate because this is a gender studies individual who is into board games and card games, whose focus was on 0.1% of the population who is affected by HIV. That is this person's specialty. They admitted themselves that they only got into games because they worked on a marketing research project and thought it was so fun. Notice her bio didn't have anything like, hey, this is my favorite gun in Halo. Hey, I love dual wielding and ganking and spawn camping and all this stuff. No, it wasn't that. It was, I like board games and card games. Get out.
Yeah, but also what makes it worse for the Halo thing, like other than the person that's sort of in charge of it, I believe there's one of the current developers is anti 2A. They hate guns.
So he's back in the conversation after I actually exposed him months ago. I was the first one to bring that to light. And I was like, bro, look at this guy. He's upset because he doesn't want to work on weapons that look like modern killing instruments. He's fine with brutally murdering people and aliens. You can gut them all you want. But the minute that it looks like a modern American gun, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's like it's funny that like it is being resurfaced. Like I think people are talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone talked about it maybe like months ago, right? And then it's now everyone is like talking about it.
Yeah, because he got a promotion, I guess.
Yeah, that's
they kept
really funny.
Kept that, but the actual talent who made Halo, they're gone. They're long gone. And so Halo's had a steady decline. And it's like, fine, you want to keep these people in charge, Microsoft? You want to blow your budget on this because you're making more money over here? Whatever. You think you know best. Go on about it. Don't care. But have fun tanking Halo, and then Tencent's going to come in and want to buy up the IP from you.
I actually can't wait for that. I'm waiting for that to happen.
I don't know what Tencent is going to do. I at this point am fine with them buying up all of these failing studios if it means the IP gets better and actually gets protected. But at the same time, then you're back with a monopoly situation.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I think that that's bad for competition.
Yeah, that's true. And let's see. Yo, Crimson Cyborg with the 199. You should share this on my Facebook. Yo, thank you. 14K on Facebook. That 14K on Facebook. Yo, thank you, Crimson Cyborg for the 199. The mystery with the Canadian Space Bucks. Shout out Savvy and her favorite Pokemon professor, Justin
Trudeau.
Yo, so my chat bullied me. It was my own personal worst nightmare. I was being so nice and just sharing my love of Gen 6 Pokemon with the chat. And they go, oh, he kind of looks like Justin Trudeau. And I lost it because then I did a side-by-side. And I'm like, oh, shit. Justin's got a couple pounds on him. But
what's the professor's name again?
Professor Sycamore.
Oh no.
Yeah,
he's all with the nice hair, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Justin Trudeau has had long hair and it's nice. It's nice. And then he keeps his shirt open like an asshole. Just like Sycamore.
Oh no. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. Now he's obviously a 30-year-old twink, whatever, but one could argue that Justin Trudeau is just a heavy-set twink.
Oh man, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Trudeau does have like the thicker eyebrows too.
Yep.
Yeah. It's funny is because like I know a lot of people who are like don't like Trudeau, but they're like he's hot, and I was like,
hate the crap out of him, but gosh. All right, this is the one time that my Fujo crosses over into the real world because I'm like, him and Macron, man, just kiss. Just tease. There's so much. Oh my God. So political fan fiction is a thing. Didn't know it until one day accidentally stumbling upon it. There is so much Trudeau Macron fan fiction. I read some of it for Twitter.
Oh man, that
The shit that people fantasize about between them.
oh
Wow.
man. And it's funny is because like they fantasize. I feel like a lot of people fantasize like people who are like hetero to make them like because no one's fantasizing about Pete Buttigieg, right? No one's fantasizing because he's already gay. So it's like they're looking for a non-gay person. It's like, oh, it'd be really cool if like Newsom and like Trudeau met and like they were playing like they were like at a coffee shop or something like that, and like Trudeau was really close, and Newsom
they
turned around and
accidentally
accidentally he touches his hand, and then someone trips, and then
then
Newsom
they
falls
keep-
on top of Trudeau, and it's like their mouth is really close to one another. Just,
Yeah, see, and that's the joy of being a fucking Fujo, though, especially like with some of this series. And now, oh my gosh, I went on this rant. The distinction between the fantasy and then all this bullshit representation. Now that they're trying to retcon and change characters, that conversation stops being fun. It ruins my fun. That's the fun of the fantasy of it, of being a Fujo, of like, hey, these characters have never met before, but what if? And then suddenly some asshole in California is like, actually, they are gay. And it's like, fuck off. Fuck off.
stop ruining my stuff.
It's supposed to be fiction.
Yo, Mountain Mud, thank you so much for the $4.99. Savvy's here. What the hell, guys? Y'all used to be respectable.
I'm sorry.
Oh man. Yeah, thank you so much for the $4.99 Mountain Mud. And we got Stitch with the one gifted membership. Yo, thank you. And Jesus the Davila, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Thank you. And Adam Rice with the 1 month. Everyone have a great weekend. Please vote. Yep, I already got my mail-in ballot, even though I didn't ask for it. They sent it to me. And when what's it called again? RFK Jr. said that he's gonna remove his name from all the states other than the battleground states. His name is still on the ballot.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So because like we heard like some of the the governor said, oh, we're not removing your name from the ballot, but I think it might might actually hurt the Democrats for at least for Kamala sides, because let's see people who they're not really into politics, and then they get their ballot. It's like, oh, Kennedy, I know this, and vote for Kennedy over Kamala because they don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, there were a lot more Democrats who were on Kennedy's side, even though they tried to paint him as crazy, than there were Republicans on his side.
Yeah.
That's weird. Well, whatever.
All right. So, Grae, I'm going to ask you a weird question. If do you know the lore behind Vaporeon?
But you told me about this before, but I forgot about it. You told
Do you want me to go over it again?
You got a review. I forgot. You told me about this.
So
I'm pretty sure you did.
yeah. So that copy pasta, like someone posted it when I was still like streaming on Twitch like a while ago, and I was like, did you know that Vaporeon? I'm like, what is happening?
In terms of interspecies breeding.
Yeah, I was like, what's like, and then chat made me. No, they didn't make me. I voluntarily did a smash or pass for the entire. Man, it was all the way up until like Gen 8. Like I did the entire thing, and I was like, I don't know half of these Pokemon because I stopped at 6. But let's go and talk about some Pokemon leaks. So, Savvy, what do you know about these Pokemon leaks that have been coming through from the Centro leaks?
Well, so they're not coming through him. He's just reporting on them from
he's reporting. Okay.
But yeah, so we had a lovely individual either gain admin access, or the admin himself from Nintendo actually dropped 1 terabyte worth of data. So right now they're dropping the source code for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, as well as Black and White too. Supposedly Gen 6 is currently also having its source material or its source files dropped. And that is roughly 200 gigs worth. We're getting a lot of cut Pokemon, a lot of cut content, a lot of beta designs, a lot of early models and things like that. My friends are currently posting actually, so I'm kind of looking over at some of the goofy designs every once in a while. But it's really fascinating. The guy did, however, say he was most likely not going to drop any Pokemon ZA Legend stuff because nothing's been announced.
Mhm.
I don't know how true that is. We'll find out. But everything I don't think Gen 7 is getting a source drop. But could be wrong. Could be wrong. It'd be really cool actually to see how much was cut from Gen 8 if it went that far, but I don't think that it will. So Centra's really, really good though about covering this stuff. So there shouldn't be anything naughty, no surprises, no 4chan words.
All right. So you're saying that like we're not gonna get like a Guardivar revealed kind of thing.
No. Not Centra's gonna be good boy. He posts the good stuff. Don't worry.
Okay.
No weird 4chan bait. So he'll post the confirmed stuff. They're calling it the Terra leak. So this is different from the big leak that happened back in, I think, 2018 or 2019. But it's similar to that. And supposedly the guy actually does have a playable build of Legends ZA. Supposedly there's a playable build before they did the announcement this year. And he said it was good. Take it with a grain of salt. I won't believe it till I see it. But yeah, so these are cut or previous designs. I love some of them, man. Some of these are great. I can't wait to go through all of it. And
who is this one again? Lombre?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like no, he needs the sombrero. Okay,
He does. But I like that as like I don't know if that's supposed to be a previous form or not, or like an alt form. And then that almost looks like a remix of the original Poliwhirl.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what this one is.
That one almost looks like it could be a play or a different like gendered version of who's the one who holds the giant gem? Sableye?
Sableye, yeah.
It's Mega has the big gem.
Also it has the Shuppet like horn.
Yeah,
thing too,
it's got the Shuppet face.
Which is a beta protagonist.
Yeah, just early designs. I haven't gone through obviously like the most recent ones, but
yeah, these are like from 9 seconds ago. Like
yeah, he's posting. Yeah,
oh,
and there's like a previous version.
Okay. No, Hariyama, what happened?
It looks like a shiny form.
Oh no. Oh yeah, this is the Toxicroak, right? I think.
Yeah, it looks like a different version of them.
Yeah, these look sort of weird. But hey, these are pretty cool
though.
There's
a weird star dog thing that I guess eventually became whatever the blue and yellow dog.
Oh yeah, Electrike and then the evolved form one. I forgot what's it called again. Yeah, but this the mouth feet.
That's great.
This is cool. They should have kept this one.
They really should have because that's a weird one.
Yeah.
That one would definitely turn into quite the fan service one.
What is this?
Yeah.
This is humanoid.
It's crazy. Like Zekrom mixed with a human turned crystallized.
Yeah. This is actually pretty interesting. Like what they got. Ooh. This is actually pretty cool.
A cross between Blaziken and Latias, yeah.
Yeah, especially right over here. Good. Like this one, this is actually really cool. And of course, my favorite Gen 3 is Blaziken. Just Blaziken is amazing. Oh, this is actually really cool. Different UI for Gen 3.
I like that.
Yeah, but like if you see, like I wonder if like someone's gonna start like modding it, and then like Nintendo's gonna come up with the cease and desist, like
Probably.
Immediately.
Very likely. Very likely.
Oh no, this is concept art.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's creepy. This is really cool though.
All the things that we lost. That's so cool.
Are those like unknowns on it?
Yeah.
That's actually sick. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm liking these. I'm liking these. Okay, so what is the next? This one's actually pretty cool too. This one right over here. These two look really cool. What is the next Legends game that's supposed to be coming out? Is that Gen 4?
What, Legends ZA?
Is that what it's called? Like,
Yeah, so Legends ZA is based off of Gen 6 because you're stuck in Lumio City. And that's about all we for sure know about it, that you're rebuilding Lumio City.
Oh, we need bring back Mega Evolution. I love Mega Evolution so much.
So I love Mega, but the reason why I don't know how they're going to do this is because supposedly the Legends games are supposed to follow a formula, which we don't know. My hope is that the game picks off from after the end of Gen 6 with Lysander disappearing or dying, and then you have to rebuild everything from the destruction that he caused. Like, that makes the most sense, so that way you don't mess up the timeline, because Professor Sycamore is the one who discovered and worked on Mega Evolution. So if you have Mega Evolution happening before he does research, that completely makes him useless and the most inept professor. So I don't want that. Yeah.
I don't want husbando. I don't want it to ruin husbando.
I mean, it's fine if he turns into an idiot. Like, whatever. That's kind of cute. Ha, stupid professor. And then it just plays into the fact that he did sexual favors to get famous, which, whatever. He's a pretty boy. Fine. I'll go down that road. Whatever. Fucking underneath Lysander's desk. That's fine. Whatever.
Oh,
but
man.
It's weird. So I don't know how they're going to handle that. But that's why I don't think the game is set in the past.
Okay.
So.
I'm looking forward to it, though. Gen 6 was huge because it was the first fully 3D one. And it was, man, that game was so fun. Like, going around collecting all the parts to get that. What's that Pokemon where you collect all the parts and then it becomes like a super, like,
Zygarde.
Yeah, Zygarde. Yeah, it's like there's like 2 forms of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 0% form is the little cell. The 15%. Well, he's got the dog form, and then the snake form, which is the 50%, and then his ultra form, his complete form, which is the big human thing, which is supposed to be a play, or he shares form with the Ultra Beast, the trash. Guzzlord. There we go. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Guzzlord is like a corrupt version of him.
Okay. Now, this one is supposed to be Cacturn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's cool, actually.
I like that so much more.
Yeah, it looks sort of goofy now, but this is not the Deoxys concept art. This is sick. This is actually really cool. Like, I would actually
look at what the starters could have been.
Oh, this could have been a water bunny. That would have been cool. That could have been cool. I like the Torchic with the double feathers.
I like it, yeah.
Trico still looks like Trico.
He made it. Yeah, he made it. He survived.
He made it.
Yeah. Grae, are you a big Pokemon fan, or like did you play Pokemon?
Yeah, no. It's like only during Gen 1 days. That's why I'm not familiar with many Pokemon.
That is the best gen in my opinion. It's just like because that's where everyone started. It's like I will always blue version will always be my like go-to. It's like, oh man. But yeah,
I think Gen 2 was actually the best because it was the perfect follow-up, and the way that they reincorporated Kanto was actually really beautiful.
Yeah, and that's why I still regret that I sold my Art Gold copy.
Like, I still have my original Crystal.
Oh man, it's so these games are so good back in the day. Oh yeah, these are the legendaries. Oh, these look really bad actually.
I don't mind the middle one as much. He's a little naked. He probably needs a mane there, but he's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think Gen 2 is, I do agree. I think Gen 2 is the best in terms of like, going back to Kanto. And I think that's the only game that's ever done that, where you actually go back to a previous generation, right?
So, yes, where they actually included the entirety of it. Technically, Gen 9 makes references because Blueberry Academy is technically Unova, and then Kitakami is somewhere else in the world.
This one is cool.
I love that. Yeah, they were posting that one.
This one would have been
so that's
really
like the
cool.
alternative, like Tyrantrum, which is actually one of my favorite fossil mons. But
yeah, but these are really cool. Yeah, I didn't know this whole leak was happening, but yes, I am looking forward to seeing what's gonna come out of this. But I am looking forward to the new Legends ZA. I think that's gonna be really, really cool because I did like Arceus. Legends of Arceus was really fun.
I'm really worried because when it comes to trends in the gaming industry, unfortunately, typically Nintendo is the last to pick up on one, and they have been using the DEI and the ESG language, and then their American office is getting a little big for its britches. I'm hoping that the Pokemon Company doesn't keep going down the route that they did with 9, because there's no sexual dimorphism between the player models. They're type 1 and type 2. And then some of the NPCs are really questionable. And it's just too much.
But the thing is that that Nintendo knows that people will buy it whether or not it's good.
Yeah.
And that's a crappy part.
Yeah.
Well, so Scarlet and Violet was really interesting because they knew that was probably the last of their goodwill that ran out. People tolerated it and it sold very well, but they know people were not happy. And they know that a lot of people firmly believe that after Power World came out, they delayed everything. That because if you watch the edits for the presents, there is some weird, like, it just ends kind of too abruptly. So people think that was edited down, and then they were supposed to make more announcements, but then they delayed the game because they finally have some real competition. Not that, like, I personally don't think they're even the same game. They're so worlds apart different that they can both exist, no problem. It's not going to, Power World doesn't take away people from buying Pokemon. It just gives the older audience what they always wanted, but the older audience is still diehard into Pokemon. Nobody is dropping Pokemon for Power World. They'll just play them both at the same time, which is what I did.
Yeah, like I thought Power World is really cool. It's because you start off as like a guy with a freaking club.
Yeah, you just beat him down,
and then you just whack the trees and the woods fall off, and then you build a camp. And then, like, the ultimate end game is you basically have a sweatshop with a bunch of pals in the bottom making stuff for you. And it's so different, but they're suing on the fact that they're using a spherical device to capture a monster, and then it jiggles like 3 times, and then you catch him. So that's so, in my opinion, I think that's really stupid. But
so it's not even just the fact that it's the spherical thing. They actually go a step further in their stupid patent where it says that it triggers a % chance at everything. So even if they didn't use a ball, even if they use something else, because it triggers a specific % chance, that's what they're complaining about.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Oh, man.
I'm honestly really upset about that. I understand that patent laws work differently in Japan. I understand that Nintendo has a bunch of patents that prevents competition, but I think this is the first major retaliation, like using the patent thing in a malicious manner. So I'm hoping that the lawsuit doesn't get settled, and that I hope that it leads to change in the way that patent law works in Japan. Because this could actually be like a monumental case for them. They've never had challenges to the patent case before. And the response from Japanese individuals, because they have more, like, they're less likely to question laws. So there's a lot of them who support Nintendo doing this. But I do think that for the good of the gaming industry, I think that those laws need to change.
I agree. And I mentioned this before, like, if Power World made no money, Nintendo wouldn't have done anything.
Yeah, they wouldn't have cared because they didn't go after their previous game with the exact same mechanics.
Yep. And then this game had concurrent, 2 million people playing at one time. It was like a $40 game, $30 game.
It was $35, but it was on sale at release for 20 something.
Yeah, and now it's on PlayStation. It's like it's only going to get bigger and bigger, and I think that Steam is trying to protect them in some way. I remember there's like some kind of TOS update or something like that for Steam. But
TOS update, the only thing that I can think of for sure, which doesn't really affect them, is just that they changed the language. You no longer own the game. You're not buying the game. You're licensing it.
Ah, okay.
That's the only change that I know of. It's possible. I don't know if Steam said, hey, just because you have a lawsuit, we're not going to remove it. I don't know if that happened, but if that's maybe something closer to what you're talking about. Because I don't know how they handle that sort of thing.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I do hope that, I think competition breeds, just innovation. And I think that's what it should. Just keep it there. how about instead of, hey, I'm gonna sue you guys, so we don't have to, we can continue, producing shitty content, right? Because we don't want to make better stuff, right? So I have
Small
a feeling
indie
that's what they're
company,
doing.
please understand.
Yeah. Yo, Firefox with the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hi, Coom Master. Question is, which of the degens am I talking to? The answer is yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, the answer is yes. We're all okay. Out of all of us, I would say, I think Madam Savvy has me beaten in terms of degeneracy.
Absolutely.
And then Grae will be like the summer child that like doesn't even know like what does that mean? What?
Oh
And
no.
yeah, Grae is
Happens all the time.
Yeah, I remember we had Alan Ing on a couple months ago, and there was this like Chinese takeout box thing, and then when you open it, it looks like a fortune cookie, but in the shape of a like sort of like a labia. So he touches it, and Grae is like, "What is that? I don't get it." And then me and Alan immediately got it, and then we had to replay it again. And then Grae was like, "Oh man, you sweet summer child. Oh man."
That's so sweet.
Yeah. But yo, thank you so much for that, Firefox. And we get Al Malone with a 5. Thank you. As a fellow consumer of culture, I must ask you a question. Is Fudanari gay?
Depends why you're watching it. Are you watching it for the big honking pee action, or are you watching it because you just want another way for a woman to be dominant?
What about you, Greg? Do you think that's gay?
Yeah, I think the same with Madam Sam. I'm not familiar with the subject matter as much to provide a good feedback or insight about it. But yeah, it depends on your motives to watch it. Same. It's probably the best answer I can give.
Okay, so in my opinion, it really depends. It really depends what it is. Okay, back in the day, because with Fuda is considered trans, are they considered trans, right? Or are they considered like a hermaphrodite?
Well, yeah. So, like, see, that's the thing, though. I hate the West for doing this.
Mhm.
It's not trans to me. Fuda
Yeah.
is so completely different, but there are people who think that that is the equivalence of trans when no, because 9 out of 10 times they still have, they're hermaphrodite because they still have the vagina too. They just have a dick above it. Or sometimes a dick and balls. I don't know. Whatever suits your fancy, all right? Like, I don't consider that trans. I consider it its own thing. If you want to get pegged by a chick with a dick, hey man, that's awesome. But if you want to watch a chick peg another chick, that's a little less gay.
See, now, okay, all right. So it's there has been instances, of course, this is before I got married, where it's like a person that is, it's like when you have a trans or I guess a Fuda in having relationships with a biological female. Okay, if you're watching something like that, I would consider it gay because it's girl on girl, but it's a girl with a pingus McDingus. But if you're watching, if you're watching it for the veininess of it, then that's considered. My first Fuda was probably Bible Black.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was my first introduction to it. It was confusing, but I enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about?
Bible, that sums up Bible Black, though. It's confusing, but enjoyable, except for that one part. And if you know, you know.
Grae, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, that's a cult classic. You have to. It'll enrich your mind.
Oh man, it's the animation is good too.
It really
is.
is.
Yeah, it was like in the mid-90s. Yeah, it's
is it that old? I thought it was early 2000s.
Was it? I remember watching it in middle school.
Yeah, that's about
early 2000s. That's around early 2000s.
Okay, so yeah, so it was the release. Yeah, it was July 2000. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, all right. Because see that's the reason why we used to go to like LimeWire, Kazaa, or like Napster, because we would never get that kind of stuff here in the States. Okay, in order for us to get those kind of stuff, you have to like go online and download it. And I think that's where like pirating and like that kind of stuff, like that's
It
why people
really
did it. It's
blew
because
up.
it's because it was limited to or no access to those kind of stuff. When I'm
Mhm.
saying those kinds, I'm not talking about like food as stuff, right? I'm talking about like stuff from the East. You know, if
Mhm.
you wanted to watch like Inuyasha, you either need to go to like a Japanese like video rental store, which we had one in my city, or you go online and look for stuff, right? Like you watch like Cowboy before Cowboy Bebop was translated here. Same thing with Dragon Ball, like that's like that, and that's where I got Bible Black stuff. But yeah, it's yeah, but back to your question, it really depends on who's receiving it. It really that's
And where your eyes are lingering.
okay. See, okay. Here's the thing. I asked this on my own channel before. I don't usually get too degenerate with the channel. Not often, unless if Grae isn't here too often, then or Grae is like, oh, I'll be right back or something like that. That's when I get degenerate. So I asked the chat. I was like, okay, is this gay? Like, let's say you're watching porn or something like that. You're watching something and you're like, oh man, I'm almost there, and then the camera cuts to a guy's asshole, and then you finish on the guy's asshole. Is that gay? And everyone's like, yo, that's super gay. I was like, hey, it's not my fault though. It's the camera. The camera, it's not me.
I love that shit though. It's so funny because then guys freak out. It's like, oh, wait a second, no, I didn't read it. Ah!
Oh no, it's too late. Oh, see, like, see, it was gay. Yeah, right here, it's like it was gay when you turned it on, bro. All right, see, it's super gay. See, like, I'm alone. You know what I'm talking about? I see shocked face. I'm alone. See, I hate that. Yeah, see, look, it happens to the best of us. Okay, it happens to the
It
best of
happens
us.
to everyone at least once.
Yeah,
At
it just.
least.
Oh man. All right, let's go and talk about our next topic right over here. So Grae, I know you've seen it, but Savvy, have you watched Tomb Raider, The Legends of Lara Croft, the one on Netflix?
The Legends of Larry Croft. Crybaby Larry. No, I'm not. I have such a there's an embargo on American anything for me. I don't watch it anymore. I don't care anymore. Everything I watch is from overseas. It's just all garbage here. I'm so bored with it. I'm bored with American entertainment. It's all the same.
Yeah. Now, so I guess out of all of us here, Grae is the only one who've seen it. So Grae, how many episodes did you watch? I know there's 8, right?
Yeah, I ended up at like 1/3 of episode 6. So
Oh wow, you actually watched a lot.
yeah, I watched a lot. I watched a lot. Like because like I don't want to talk about it next week anymore. That's why. That's the reason why. But yeah, it's the only thing good about it, in my opinion, not counting the design of Lara Croft, is the art style, and the animation. The story is meh, and it's not really rating about tombs anymore. It's stopping the white guy from getting all these stones apparently that have superpowers in them. Like this stone can control the environment. This stone can control the people. And when he
So Infinity
combines,
Stones.
yeah, when he combines them all, it's gonna cause like destruction to the world. That's basically the premise of the entire season. So it's like
So
it's
they
pretty much,
just copied Thanos.
yeah, in a sense, yeah. They're all located in different temples, and he's trying to get them all. Apparently, out of nowhere, it just suddenly motivated to get all of them, and he somehow tries to get all of them. He
So
manages to do it
they have
magically.
this
Yeah,
beautiful legacy, this beautiful source material of games across 2 decades or 3 decades. I think even. Is she 30 years old or 20, 25? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Point being, you're going to copy Marvel because you think you can tell a better story of Lara Croft when you could just copy paste the very first game that made her famous.
yeah, and like they were kind of shitting on her in the first episode really hard. Like, oh, it's like she took a bunch of people in the expedition, and one of them is her mentor, and he died incidentally, and they're blaming her. It's like, oh, it's all your fault. It's because you like raiding tombs and shit. and then she ends up like auctioning all her artifacts to go to I screenshotted it. She sold it to rich white men to on the cheap to like cope on the guilt and stuff like that. They did that in the first episode.
Man.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it's not receiving a lot of good I guess feedback. Right over here, it comes from Rotten Tomatoes. As of right now, it has 67 to 54. That's not that
Yeah.
good. It's actually not that good. And if you actually look at it, the good old IGN. If you scroll, I'm gonna scroll right all the way down right over here. Gave it a 5. Not the IGN 7, a 5 out of 10.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what it is, but I do have a clip right over here. I have not seen this yet, and this is basically sums up the entire show. Right
Was
over
it the
here.
crying edit that somebody? Yeah,
Yeah, this sums up the entire thing.
I haven't seen it either. I just know that.
You know I love you.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
You never look back.
The
It's complicated.
Like rip your heart out? That's why your clothes all kind of complicated?
I forgot when things get tough, you leave. What's that supposed to mean? Forget it. I didn't leave because of you. I didn't want you.
Wait, is she actually in the show a lesbian now?
Yeah,
yeah. Confirmed.
yeah, and then they turned one of the black supporting characters that a lot of people really liked, actually, who's a bit of like a Chad daddy. They turned him into a flamboyant gay man.
Oh wow.
Because it wasn't diverse enough.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so he's already black. Let's make him more diverse. Let's make him gay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah,
hate these people.
Literally every single white guy is portrayed as someone greedy or someone hungry for power. Like the one that died, his white mentor, he died because of like greed. And the villain's like, getting all these apparent stones out of, I don't know, spite for the world, something like that. That's the plot. That's basically the plot of the entire season.
Yeah. See right here. Apparently, he's not oppressed enough.
No, this just takes me back to the what's the Time Doctor stuff? Doctor Who. So
Yeah.
there was an article that came out that said, yeah, that's great. I'm glad that it's a gay black man, but why isn't it a trans, gay, lesbian, whatever? Like like they were calling for even more diversity. They're saying that gay black men are basically the equivalents of gay white men now, and that they're not actually diverse enough, that they haven't been through enough hardship. Like it was a very serious article by an extreme leftist, and I'm just like,
That's crazy.
fucking kidding me.
Stop it. Whoever made this, stop. Okay. I will show a lot of good lady boy time. She loves lady boys now. Oh man. All right, let's continue with this video.
You to leave. Why did you want to leave? You never even said goodbye. You wanted me to leave. So you didn't leave because you thought I was replacing you.
Oh my god.
Oh look, Asian representation.
Oh, she bails.
She left.
If you only let one in.
Now that was a blast. We'll take care of it. Come on.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
First yoga, then dance lesson.
Oh no. Oh man. Like I've never played any of the Tomb Raider games, but that sucks. Like for people who's been like loving like I feel bad for Melanie Mac.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
so
Loves it
painful.
so much.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her. Like, I'm just glad that they are getting the remasters, but I imagine stuff will be cut and censored. And
Oh yeah, there's a remaster coming out, like 4,
Yeah.
5, 6.
Yeah, for 5, 6. That's a good thing that came out. And I got the first 3 for like really cheap for like $4. So
Oh man. Oh, he's so flamboyant.
he's way more flamboyant than I thought he was. Oh my god, the nail polish.
The blue nail polish,
I
man.
love her hair. Please, girl. I hope you took him out.
No, what?
Girl.
I thought that was a giant dick. Oh my god, that was the person's leg. Okay.
No, he's checking out the cock of a random statue.
I thought that was it, but that's oh
Yeah.
man.
I hope you took him out to dinner first.
You know about giving away all your dad's things to rich white folks.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's the one I
sometimes you
screenshotted.
just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Yeah,
because
this
you
is-
never understand.
This is I don't this like 4 minutes of this, and it just like goes on and on about like representation, awkward long hug.
Oh, look at the
coordinated girl.
fatty in the background too. You can't not have representation on every part of the screen. Got to have a big fat Asian or whatever the hell that is. With a
Yeah.
the anatomy is actually completely wrong on that. What is going on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't rebuild yourself by running away.
The fuck is going on back
Bill.
there?
By coming home and letting your friends help you.
This isn't how people talk.
You know there's something stronger than pain.
Do I?
Oh,
Men cry real tears. Sometimes I swear you have a death wish.
I don't.
I know. You did it.
We did it. Can you just say you do matter to me, Jonah?
Wait. What's wrong with my banana pudding?
It tastes artificial.
That who's writing these? Who's writing this? Oh my god. Grae, did you make it through? Did you see all of that already?
A lot of it, most of it. Like, yeah.
Is it as bad as what we're seeing right now, or is
Maybe it's because it's a consolidation, but all of them are there. I can confirm all of them are there. Just that the way it's put together in this one clip makes it all the more worse. But they are all there. Yeah, including the looking up at the statue and that. Yeah, the one I took a screenshot on our X. Like, yeah, that's episode 1, the very first episode where she's auctioning all of her artifacts to the rich white people.
man?
I'm trying
I
to
don't
find
want
who
to
wrote
know.
it.
Okay.
Jonah, I need your help.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
And in the corner wallflower.
The lip sync is pretty bad.
Alright, that one I didn't reach anymore. That's probably episode 6 to 8.
Okay.
This one,
now-
yeah, the people in green, like, yeah, that's the villain. Like, yeah, they're all in my control. If their eyes are color green, that means they're in the control of the villain. That's the first stone. That's the first Infinity Stone.
Man.
Yeah.
Wait, is this the one that's done by the person that did the Dial of Destiny? Is it the same person?
No. That was still a different one. That's rumored to be on hiatus or rumored to be canceled.
Oh, okay.
So,
The one
of
by
the
Phoebe
wri-
Waller-Bridge is the live action one.
Yeah, so one of the
Oh.
writers is Tasha Ho, which is known for The Witcher Blood Origin, which was trash, and Red Sonja, The Legend Begins, which I've never seen, so I don't know.
Oh,
Previously, before that, in 2011, they had a very long gap of not being hired. I wonder why. Apparently did the writing for Women in the Dirt, Landscape Architects Shaping Our World. So big leap. I don't know how they got into fiction writing. Another writer for it is Shakira Presley, who worked on My Dad, the Bounty Hunter, Lego Dreams, Battle Kitty, Craig of the Creek. I don't know what that is. And the third one is Troy Dangerfield, badass last name. Worked on The Witcher episode 1 but episode 1 of the 2023. So
the bad one.
yeah, so The Bad Times, Castle, I don't know what, and Castle, and that's it. So they've done nothing of value. Oh, I'm sorry, The Witcher Blood Origin. So
Yeah,
all useless people
says a
who don't
lot.
know how to write.
that says a lot.
How
Yeah.
do these people get jobs? How are they doing that?
That's crazy. Stop! Philip's inner thoughts. I wish I was mind controlled by Buddha Lara.
Dude, mind control is such a fun thing to mess with, though. I love that trope.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Like if we had the ability to like mind control people, it would there'd be
Disaster.
so many degenerate stuff and down bad stuff people were doing first. I think that's what people would do
Yeah,
first, and then they'll
absolutely.
do it,
Absolutely.
and then they'll move into like the evil stuff, or like the actual terrible
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna finish watching this entire thing. There's a lot.
It's painful. I didn't realize it was
Yeah,
this bad.
it's 5 minutes. Yeah, like a minute in, I'm like, okay, I don't think I can watch this anymore. But Grae, you are doing the Lord's work by watching.
I'm sorry you hate yourself so much.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
what I hate. That's the thing about like Netflix releasing the entire season. Just it's like I wish they just release it episode by episode so we could talk about it easier rather than having to
Mm.
watch it in its entirety. Because like it becomes obsolete in like a week or two.
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah,
they know it's not going to do well.
I
Yeah.
think that's why they
Yeah.
really like most of the shows. That's what they tend to do. They release the entire thing, so people talk about it for like 2 weeks max, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, Snapple Ryby, thank you so much for the 5. This is Lame and Gay. We need a Coom Raider, not I'm on Shrooms.
True.
Well, you can't raid her Tomb anymore because that's not allowed. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Grae, you're probably gonna finish it,
Yeah.
right? This year, like 2 episodes.
Probably not. Probably not. It's like we already talked. Like I watched it for the sole purpose of content here. That's literally it. Otherwise I wouldn't have. But yeah, not a good show. Like there
Save
are
your
much
sanity.
there's much better shows out there. Like yeah, as Madame Savvy said, just go to the east, go watch anime. Much better stuff out there.
Yeah, Bible Black is way more interesting, Grae. You need,
Oh my god. Yeah.
you need to watch that.
You need to do a live reaction face cam as you watch it.
As I watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. Let's see. Was looking forward to the Devil May Cry series from Netflix, but not anymore. He'll probably cry every scene.
Is it written by the same people? But then again, yeah, it's under Netflix too. That's the thing.
Yeah, I have no faith in any American studio getting to adapt anything. So long as these trash tier writers are in charge of things, so long as we have activism in positions of creativity, it's all going to be garbage.
Yeah. All right. I do have a question for you, Savvy. I see a lot of people said you should ask Savvy by her bush when she shows up on Saturday.
That's a terrible thing to ask me.
What's the content on that?
So it was from a Tuesday night main event. Everybody was talking, and then all of a sudden, Jay goes, "Isn't there something about Savvy's bush?" And I'm just like, "What?" I'm like, "No, Jay, we were talking about my feet." And he's like, "Oh." And then the donation started coming in about Savvy's bush and then not shaving. And he's like, "I'm so sorry. And unfortunately, it's just kind of stuck."
Oh man.
Yeah.
I love these these origin stories on where these like memes started from.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
It was such an accident. Like Jay's not paying attention. He doesn't know what's happening.
Oh man,
He's
that's
just
so
saying
funny.
the words.
Oh yeah, it's the fact that it came from Jay. It's like it's not like he's trying to cause anything. He's just like
No,
what?
he's just being Jay, and it's like, man,
Yeah.
you're so precious. Like you can't be mad at him ever. He's just such a sweetie. But yeah, no, it was an instant meme, so it's got some staying power.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I honestly don't mind. It's funny.
Yeah, Jay the meme maker. Yeah, Jay is a living meme. Yeah, and that's the reason why like whenever like you hear like whenever we show up or like Jay will be in a chat, he'll be like Eggroll. And they're Asian and have a podcast. So like that's the reason why I came up with this like Dare shirt.
I freaking love it.
Yeah. So and I sent him one. So but yeah. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our next topic. Hopefully we can get through this one and because we have a bunch of stuff, but I know that we're gonna only do a 2-hour today. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I did drop Savvy's links. All her links are in the description. Her YouTube, her like all of her stuff that's actually like goes to her. Like I think even your ex is there. I think your Substack is there.
Oh
But
God.
yes. Yeah, I don't know. It was there. I everything that you had, I just like post all of them in the in the description. But yes, why is Savvy in a 80s workout attire?
I'm bringing it back. That's my aesthetic, all right? If I'm not wearing a Hawaiian shirt and sweatpants, it's 80s workout gear.
Oh, I thought your hair was like Riku in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So
16.
I
Oh yeah,
usually
okay,
wear a
okay.
black headband, but I bought a blue one because I was like,
There
well,
it
if I'm
is.
going to do
Looks
this, I
good.
might as well be Riku. So
Okay.
one of these days I'll do the braids too, but I'm really lazy.
Now, are you wearing anything cool for Halloween? Or are you going as anybody cool?
I have an Umbreon onesie. One of those I forgot what, like the Japanese ones where they're like the extra big loose ones. And I typically just wear one of those. So this year I think I'm gonna do Umbreon.
So why didn't you buy a Vaporeon one?
Because they didn't sell one when I bought them.
What? Wait,
Hang on.
what?
Hang
It'd be
on.
funny if they sold all of them besides Vaporeon because of that. Like,
I know that
Copy
there's a
pasta.
Sylveon one.
oh, okay.
But let me go look. Vaporeon onesie.
You know, Savvy would definitely rock a Riku cosplay. Yeah, I can see it already. Just like the head up, like she can totally do it.
Oh shit.
They do have it.
Hang on, wait. Let me make sure my address isn't visible. Okay, cool.
Oh, there it is.
But there's a sexy one beside it too.
Grae, did you know?
In terms of
Did you know? Let's see, what's this? It says, thanks, Savvy. I know how a white liberal woman feels when she sees a black person. It's the same way we feel when we think of Savvy's husband. This man needs us to defend him. Bring back the double D. What's this double D? What is that?
Okay, so that happened. So I was exhausted, but I went on to side scrollers, and so obviously I wasn't using my usual noodle. I was just being an idiot. And so he had one of the gifts pop up because somebody did a big tip thing, and so he makes a woman with bouncing titties,
Mhm.
on the screen. And I said, "Oh man, she looks great, but whew, take it from somebody's hat, and you do not want those titties." And he goes, "Excuse me?" And I'm like, "Well, I used to have big honkers," and he lost his shit. And so obviously I had to prove it then because people are like, there's no way. And I said, look, I might look like Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie right now, but I did indeed used to have double Ds. The reason why I got rid of them was one, because I came off of birth control, thank fuck, because they just kept getting bigger. But two, at the time, I was really into parkour. And I couldn't do parkour shit with big titties. So
Yeah.
I ruined the timeline. I modern audience to myself, and I am the reason why everything past 2009 sucks. Sorry.
So I didn't know that birth control pills make your boobs bigger.
Oh, it's a big problem. It is a big problem. So I was already prone to hormonal shifts, but on average, birth control, because it's just more hormone, basically.
Mhm.
That's what they're doing. They're overloading you with hormones. That way they can force you to be regular and normal and stuff like that. It will always make your boobs really big. So that sucked. Because I was still the same size, so still a 32 double D essentially, and it's just very painful on your back. So, and if you're trying to run around and jump buildings and stuff, you don't want to hurt back.
Yeah, but I see. Now here's the thing. Okay, we don't get girls on often, and then we're always, us men like, oh yeah, the bigger the better. Yeah, you gotta get some of that triple D's. You gotta get that H cup. Okay, the thing is, like we hear crazy stories about like Ariel Winter and a couple other celebrities who got like breast reduction surgery because I can't find cute bikinis to wear because my boobs are too big.
Yep.
And then and it hurts my back. And now the thing is that all bullshit?
No, that is a real thing. The back pain is actually a big problem. And if you're somebody who actually like does things, it can get really, really, really annoying. Even just laying on your stomach actually can be painful if you have big boobs, which really sucks. And then trying to find clothing because everything's so standardized, forget it. I am technically, based off of my torso, a small, or an extra small, but because of how big my boobs were, they're popping out of everything, which sure looks great, but it's just not realistic if you're not always trying to dress that way.
Okay,
and
that
then,
makes sense.
yeah, and then if you wear sports bras a lot, the compression is actually really, really unhealthy and bad for you because it messes with your muscles.
Okay.
They're on my Twitter.
Yeah.
They're on my Twitter.
Yeah, so yeah, the link to her Twitter is in the description below. So go ahead and check that out. Okay. Speaking of big boobs, we're gonna talk about our next topic right over here. But thank you so much for sharing that because I'm wondering like what's the lore between the double D's and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and check out our next topic right over here. It comes to us from That Park Place. It's Konami deletes post announcing Silent Hill 2 remake was designed for modern audiences. Huh? Isn't it like didn't they remove they change out the person's clothing? Like the blonde chick?
Yep. They changed clothing. They made characters really ugly. And they did some other forms of censorship. So even though it does look like a good game, my husband actually bought it. He's enjoying it. He never played the original. I think that it is a good way to introduce people into it, but like I'd rather everybody just play the original because even the camera limitations at the time, they did it on purpose because of technical limitations, but that actually added to the charm and the intent of it all in terms of storytelling. So I don't know. I'm torn on it. And then on top of that, they also hired consultants because I guess they didn't have any confidence in themselves. And one of the people on the team is very anti-gamer, despite all of his content being around gaming. So I don't know. It's really weird. Stuff's not adding up. I just don't support anybody who does any form of censorship.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the reason why like we do know that Nintendo censors stuff too, right? Like I remember before you can look up Princess Peach's skirt and all of a sudden there's a dark void in Brawl. I'm like, what's going on, right? And whenever you were shocked Samus, that's when I first found out Samus is a girl. It's because when you shock Samus, it doesn't show skeleton, it shows a female.
That's how
form.
I found out too. That's how I found out too, actually.
And then of course freaking Sakurai, a piece of crap, was like, oh, the reason why we don't have my Shiranui in Smash Ultimate because Smash is for good little boys and little girls. Like, bitch, we want my Shiranui in Smash Brothers.
So they did the censorship at the ground level because of American regulation. That's what's happening.
Crap.
Yeah. Otherwise, if it wasn't because of American regulation, if it wasn't because of our ESRB system, it would still come over with them doing whatever they want. But they're literally being told, creators are being told in Japan at the ground level, hey, since we're going to sell this in America, we might as well just, censor it here too. So it's ruining Japanese storytelling. It's ruining anything that might, get distributed elsewhere on a large scale.
Wait, so you're saying that the Pyra Mithra censorship that's in Smash Brothers was deliberately done because of US fuckery?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know about the Fire Emblem Awakening with Tharja's nice butt cheeks being covered by this little paper in the American 3DS version, but that's garbage. I hate it. I hate anytime they're trying to censor stuff like that. Didn't they for this game? They also censored the nurses, right?
They did some changes. I didn't look too much into it. I just saw that they did censorship, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna buy it. So like, I didn't look too far into it. I haven't seen enough side by sides. I was waiting for because sometimes there are some YouTubers who will actually show original gameplay and then the remake of it, and it's all silent and they just do the gameplay and then like try to mirror everything for what it is. So usually I go through and I watch those to get the full context of it, but I haven't just looked too much into this because there's also been so much other stuff going on too.
Yeah. Let's see. At the end of May, Konami published on post on X since it was been deleted, where it announced that see how the Bloober team devs working on Silent Hill 2 preserved authenticity while adapting a horror classic for modern audiences. The post included a video that featured a game's lead producer. I'm not going to pronounce that. Glomb stating, I think the biggest change that we've had was actually how to make the game approachable for newcomers who have not played the original, but at the same time to retain the familiarity of the game that players remembers from 20 years ago. The creative designer and lead director Leonard, our goal from the very beginning was to maintain the game's atmosphere while modernizing the gameplay in competitive in 2024. Okay, if they're just doing it for like control reasons, up-resing the graphics and just like making things look really good, I think everyone would be okay with it. But if they're changing things, like
It
I
changed things.
I understand why they did what they did to Tifa. Okay. Because of the stupid ethics department at Square Enix. They're gonna, she's a fighter, so it makes sense for her to be in a sports bra. It's like, no,
Which
it
is all
isn't.
American, by the way. Their ethics department is run by Americans.
Oh, really? Oh,
Okay, that doesn't make sense now
that's
because
new.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Japanese internal ethics department.
Yeah.
So they got word from I think Sony was the one who actually influenced it. I'm not sure. It's all rumors, but Square Enix has American staff and American
Ugh.
influence staff. So
Yeah. But
yeah, and they do it all for American reasons. It's not because of Japan. It's that this kind of stuff is all American related.
oh, then it sort of does make sense with the whole the Dragon Quest thing that came out like last week or like a week, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where the
No,
creators
so it does. So they're telling Japanese creators that, these rules are because of America, but they're telling the Japanese creators, you have to censor it. You have to do these things. You have to change it.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, okay, you're my boss. I will make the change. So
man.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
want to play it, like because I've never played any of the originals. Like I've seen my cousin play it. Like I've
Hill?
never played them. Yeah, Silent Hill. And
Go
I didn't
back
even watch
and
the I didn't
do-
watch the movie either.
oh my God, watch the original movie. The second one's okay. But definitely play the originals. The Room is my personal favorite. That's the fourth one. My
Yeah.
all-time favorite song in the world comes from The Room. But yeah, they cannot make games like they used to. The technical limitations placed on developers back then created so much unique charm to
Mhm.
problem solving, to being able to tell as much of the story as they could on such, tiny hardware. So I think that even if the remake is great, it still doesn't adhere to the charm and what made the original so special.
Yeah, I do want to go back and
I
play
hear
it now.
this one is a lot longer gameplay wise because they added so much gameplay mechanic, or it's because they're not following the fixed camera angle anymore.
Yeah.
I think the length is double from the original. I think you can finish Silent Hill 2 in like 8 hours, I believe. This one you
Mhm.
have to you have to spend like double. And yeah, well, I sent a link in private chat, the very first link. You can see
Mhm.
mods are already kicking in if you want to show it chat.
But you're still giving money to the developer to be able to buy it. That's the only crappy thing. But I'm a big purist like that. Like I don't want to give people money. Now I don't put limitations on my husband. As long as he's having fun with whatever he's purchased, everybody's fine. If he's not having fun, then I'm extra angry. But
Yeah.
so he does seem to be having fun, but he also doesn't know all of this. He's very normie. I'm very connected. He doesn't even have like a Twitter account or anything like that. So he keeps me grounded though in terms of the way that I view the world because he gives me that normie access.
Yeah.
So, it makes for a really unique household in that sense too.
Yeah. But here's the thing though. Yeah, I think the Angela that we deserved is not the one we're seeing on screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Angela that we deserved is this one. This is the Angela we deserved in Silent Hill 2 remake, and not the man with the wig he gave
Yeah,
us.
not the who's the
David
guy from the
Duchovny.
X-Files?
Right, the woke virus destroys everything it touches. All right, this is I 100% percent. Okay, I 100% agree with this. Is because this is what we should have gotten. All right, I think this should have Silent Hill would have sold so many copies. It would have been hilariously awesome seeing her run around with her fat titties.
I already see First Descendant characters being put
Yep.
into Silent Hill 2. That's actually really funny. The
Yeah.
hot First Descendant characters are being placed as models in cutscenes.
But look, I'm not saying that it's just this. She looks so weird. The girl on the one on the right, she looks so weird, and I think it's done purposefully to make her look not attractive in any way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's,
She
Yeah,
has
but-
to be she has to be somewhat attractive given her horrible backstory. I just found I was like reading the story of Silent Hill 2. Like her backstory, yeah. Everyone here has really shitty backstories, but given her character, she cannot be ugly for
Mhm.
her backstory to happen. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
yeah. It's wait, wasn't there a thing? Okay, I know that she gets raped, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not rape her. If we were the last people on Earth,
Yeah, there's
humanity's
no
over.
touching that. There's no touching
Yeah.
that. Honestly, yeah. So the whole story with Silent Hill 2 is very dark and very grim. And by kind of they made, what's the best way to put this? They made her character something that it wasn't without understanding the intent of the original.
Mhm.
And that detraction, that change is really disrespectful to the intent of the author. In order for her to have the background and to have the character that she does, you put her in the frumpy clothes, whatever. But you have to have an element of attraction there because the again, it's a dark fucking thing. Like she's blamed for it, and this is just not like
Yeah.
this is just a background character you forget. There's nothing memorable about her. Maybe you remember the fact that she's swollen and a disappointment, but other than that, like she's, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well, the thing is that she'll probably die alone. Just if I saw her in Silent Hill, I was like, oh, you stay there, man. Just, I'm leaving.
Don't care if you die. All right.
Yeah, it don't matter. I'm looking
Don't
for my
worry about
daughter. Oh man. All right. Thank you so much, Dave's Pepsi, for the 5 Canadian Rip Savvy's massive jugs.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. And we got Alpha Omega. What's going on? Thank you for the 10. Thank you. Have the game and haven't noticed any censorship aside from the outfit. People are saying Angela was made frumpy, but it makes sense story-wise since she was spit roasted for years by her dad and brother.
No. I'm just gonna say no. If she was supposed to be frumpy, then they would have made her frumpy in the original. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, but thank you so much for the 10. And
Yeah,
Justin Martins. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Grae.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like I was gonna say. Oh, let this one go first.
Justin Martin, thank you so much for the 5. It looks like the before and after pick of Savvy. Heartbreak. Oh man.
Fair.
All right, go ahead,
Yeah.
Grae. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I found out also like when I was watching someone's review, I think it was G-Man's review of Silent Hill 2. They showed Maria holding on to the old outfit of the original. So they kind of know what they're doing, actually.
Yep.
If you think about it, they know what they are doing in a sense. Like, hey, this is what I used to wear. And it's like, yeah,
Yep. Is a big slap in the face.
yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
All right. So we're almost at time, but I do want to look at a video. And I mentioned this before we got started. I tried watching this on Coomcast earlier this week. I couldn't make it through 15 seconds of it. And it was I felt very gay watching this. So I think this is a new gacha game. This is a new gacha game, and it came out recently. And in July, it made $48 million. Second place to the highest grossing gacha game. The first place being Honkai Star Rail. So I want to see. Okay, let's watch it together. All right, let's watch it together. All right. Make sure the volume isn't too loud. Is because there's some moaning and stuff. So let's go and make sure it's not too loud.
It's pretty so far. Oh. Oh, I know what this is.
Oh, of course you do. Of course you do.
An artist I follow recently got into it. I recognize this character.
Oh no.
That was fast.
Oh,
That was really fast.
I knew you knew what it was. Like, because you're like, I don't think I know what it is. And then you saw, you're like, I know what this is.
Look,
Okay.
I'm a simple woman, okay? I follow Japanese art Twitter, and then I go on the For You section, and then as soon as I see something that's brand new, and I'm like, oh, I don't know who these characters are, instant like. And then I go look at their feed, and I'm like, oh, wow, I really like this. Oh, that's a really well-drawn ding-dong. I like that too. And now I know what it's from. Hey, I meant to look this up.
So the thing is that I originally thought this was yaoi or like, Fujo stuff, but it's not. You're playing as a female in first person.
And this is doing well? Where is it doing well? Who's buying the gotcha-ness of it?
I believe it was worldwide.
So
Or do you
typically
know?
with gotcha games, especially like in China, if even a male character is introduced, they will riot. Like it is World War III when the men of China who consume the gachas, when a male character is introduced, like a male character has literally been removed from a game. The game producers had to apologize for putting in a male character.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is doing well, that's actually shocking.
Yeah. So
But
let
it
me.
looks good.
So right over here. This is in August. Oh, it is in China. It's not worldwide. It's in China.
So it's doing well in China.
Yeah, it is. So AFK Journey is #1, and in August of this year, it made $38 million.
Yeah, my ad feed keeps getting AFK Journey. I don't know why. I don't know if it's really a good game or if it's the new Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh man, this is doing really well. Let's go ahead and continue watching this.
Triggering my senses has only touched the surface. Is there anything else you want me to do?
This is gay as fuck.
In a guy's point of view, because that's a female's hand. You can tell the males,
That's a woman's hand. And so this trope actually only started catching on. This shaving thing only started catching on in like the past 5 or 6 years or so. Usually that was a very niche. I hate that I know these things. This was a very niche part of the art world. And it's a fascinating one to watch the trend change, that as other fetishes and tags were censored and chased off, obviously replacements came up. But this shaving thing has actually become really popular in the last couple of years.
Oh, man.
If I still haven't felt it, does this mean I'm a lost cause?
Oh,
at this rate, I could end up in a loose.
Oh, I see that's what I'm like. I can't
Really
watch.
gay.
It's super gay.
How is it
Oh
making so much money with this kind of an advert? I'm not complaining. I just genuinely want to know.
I guess you have to play it first. The thing is, it's only in China.
The game is only available in China?
According to that gotcha list, its region is in CN only. But I'm pretty sure you can probably find it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, why is the voiceover why is the voiceover and text in
English? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Madam Savvy, you will probably. I'm pretty sure you're gonna play it. You're gonna try to look for it and play it. And
As soon as we're done here, as soon as I go upstairs or whatever, I'm gonna try to download it. I mean, look, now I know where that fine art came from. I'm ready to experience it.
Oh man.
I'm a simple woman. Yeah, I see short white hair, mildly athletic build.
Yeah, this definitely looks like adult. Like it could be. Then
yeah. So far, all this is just like a sex thing.
Yeah.
Like what's the gameplay?
I don't think they're gonna show it. I don't think they can.
I think that's already the game. That's already the gameplay.
That's the gameplay. You're
Yeah.
shaving them.
Yeah, you're shaving.
I mean,
Phil's already using VPN. Shut up.
I'm going to the App Store.
Too gentle. I'm working. You're not allowed to do anything else.
I guess it's like sticks,
I
guys.
know. So
I like
this
that.
blue-haired kid guy, whatever he is, I know that there's an 8-minute video of him acting extra. Apparently, he's extra, and so people like him because all he does is bitch and moan.
Oh.
Wait, is he kissing a guy there?
I think this is the girl. I don't know. Let's
Whatever.
go back.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
girl. 8-7.
No, I can download Love in Deep Space.
You can?
Yeah, it's just on the App Store. It says ages 12 plus.
What?
What?
12 plus?
There's no fucking way. Unless, like, this is a second app.
Oh man.
Downloading it. I don't give a fuck.
Understood. I won't move.
Yeah, I think that's the gameplay.
Hidden mode of Misty Invasion. It's gotta be something else. Hang on. 11.
That's a lot of strength.
Oh my god.
You're putting in a lot of effort.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. See, it doesn't look like a PG-13 game. Yeah.
This has to be something else because there's no preview of that in the actual App Store because they're calling it something and it sounds like an expansion.
Yeah, it might be
Wait,
a Misty Invasion trailer.
I think the title is Misty Invasion. I think that's the title.
No, it has to be Love in Deep Space, and I think that Misty Invasion it might be like a
Nothing
what's
comes
it
up for Misty Invasion.
I think it might be like a release that's in the game. Oh man. The thirst is real. You're shaving sim. Oh my god. Yeah, as long as you're only shaving the face, it's fine. If you're helping the guy husk the corn, I don't want to see that shit, man.
That's not one I've come across as being very popular.
You're putting in a lot of effort.
I mean, he's naked in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Omnipotent perception. What?
Oh my god, dude. Oh man. Wait, I have no. Sorry, chat. I have no control of Philip's gay powers. They're too strong. My god.
That is the gameplay.
Yeah, it's
touchscreen. It's timed.
It's like literally like.
So they took the dating sim element of gacha games and went a step further and actually created a dating simulator for these characters.
I think so.
Yeah. That sums it up.
I'm going to have to do so much research for science.
Yeah, it looks like the bottom is like it's like auto, so auto plays for
You
you.
need to do it harder.
And you, oh my.
Bathrobe series?
Oh.
What is this?
Oh my. Oh man. What bathroom do you want your husbando to be in?
Oh shit! Oh, okay. I like that. I like that kind of combination. Oh, white silk with white hair.
Love in Deep Space. Yeah, this might be like a new like release or something. Oh my.
Before you play Love in Deep Space. What?
It's an
The
8-minute
fuck?
thing.
7 tips you need to know.
Wait, what is this? What? I genuinely thought that like this was from some new like manhwa shit out of Korea and it was just like an online series. I'm like, oh, you know, haha, these artists, you know, they always love their characters or whatever. I did not realize this is from a game with a dedicated fuck simulator.
That is. Yeah, do it harder. Oh my god.
Do what
Yeah.
harder? What is being done harder?
Oh man. Yeah, Grae, would you be playing that game?
No.
Okay. But yeah, that game's real and it's making a lot of money. And I think that's all people care about. I'm gonna go ahead and look at some of the comments right over here. It's the Boom Shakalaka event, y'all.
So it's an event in game.
Yeah, it's an event.
For
I think
12 plus game.
yeah, a lot of people are really Segs and Love and Deep Space. I thought we never see the day edit. God damn, I didn't think I'd get into this, so I didn't get to like this so much. Forget the players. Are the animators okay? Too gentle. Javier, why are you so freaky? Yeah, there's a lot of these girls yeah, with anime profiles.
Oh, this is absolutely targeted to Fujos. No wonder that artists won't stop drawing them.
Yeah.
This is how you sell games. I'm sorry, and every single character was beautiful. That animation style, like, so we were introduced to that kind of concept back, like with Final Fantasy X and like Advent Children and stuff like that. That's where all of my love of like that style comes from. Oh my god, though, it was beautiful. Wow, I'd like to be friends with those animators.
Now here's the thing. This goes both ways, right? It's like, why is this game doing so well? It's because it's catering to their audience. Why did Stellar Blade and a bunch of these other games like First Ascendant, doing well? Is because it's catering to its audience. Like, why when did catering to your audience become a bad thing? Like, I don't get it.
When friendless losers maintained their friendless loserness and then wanted everyone to be as miserable as they were. Because like everyone who works at Kotaku and like all of these people who are calling for censorship and saying like your horny's bad, my horny is good. Like they're all the bullies from high school. Like that's what that reminds me of. The people who don't actually like video games, who just think it's a fad. There've been a couple of posts lately too where I'm just like, you people made fun of people like me. Like leave. Please go away. This isn't like it's not an accessory. This is a way of life. And that sounds so cringe to say, but it's true. And it's I don't know, like Kotaku putting out the whole like, oh, Hades is so horny, but then calling Stellar Blade bad because chuds. We should all be celebrating all the types of horny. Like both of them are great. There's no reason to shame one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's I think a lot of people who are like, oh, it's bad. Oh, you guys only want to sexualize people. You guys want to have sex with pixels, and I always say yes.
Yes.
Let me do it. It's and what's wrong with that? It's that you guys have your fandom, we have our fandom. It's go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you from being happy. And if you guys like the shipping people who love shipping. The Twilight people. Oh, let's ship them. These two people belong together. It's like, go ahead, do whatever you want to do. But the thing is that, like, we never say anything about your side or whatever. We think it's weird. We just like, oh yeah, that's sort of weird. But continue doing what you're doing. Yeah. We don't shame you for it. But yeah. I think that's we're at a little bit over 2 hours. Thank you so much, Madam Savvy, for coming on. I know this is a short stream. Thank you for everyone in the chat. But Madam Savvy, where can people find you and what are you up to?
On X and YouTube at Madam Savvy, one word. I don't have a video release schedule. I stream on Mondays at a time. And that's really about it. I ramble on about Pokemon and censorship, and sometimes I post my artwork, and that's about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Before we let you go, how was Dustborn?
How was what?
Dustborn.
I think I'm still healing from it. I still actually, people have pointed out, like, you haven't been on top of things since you played it. I'm like, well, my memories maybe, I have so much of that game taking up so much space and I can't delete it. So we got to wait till it goes to the back of the file cabinet, I guess.
And will you be, you're a regular on TMNE now too.
Yeah, on Tuesday nights.
Awesome.
And then I sometimes show up to the game streams whenever they need an additional player. And then I'm sometimes a regular on Flashcast. But
yes, which is happening now.
Yes.
It's been happening now. I'll probably redirect everyone to Flashcast probably after this.
They should be having some good commentary, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. And Grae, what are you doing? Where can people find you?
Yeah, I just finished my Chrono Trigger video last week, and I am having a really, really good time with Metaphor. It might
Aw.
be legit my game of the year. So, yeah, I'll finish that as fast as I can, and I'll make a video of that one too. So my links are at the link tree to make it easier for everyone. So yeah, that's about it.
All right, and you can find me everywhere at Mr. Phillip Chan. If you want to follow me personally, Mr. Phillip Chan too. I won't be going live on my personal channel until I come back from San Antonio. But yes, we do go live every Wednesday for Coomcast, and yeah, people asked if Madam Savvy wants to join me for Coomcast. Is because at the end of Coomcast, what I usually do is Grae and I, oh, it was Gray's the one who's doing it, but we have access to open AI art, and we've been plugging in stuff to make the most degenerate like waifu imaginable. And most recently, I did my first male character, and yeah, we did like someone was like, can you do Luke Skywalker and Han Solo shirtless with like hairy chest and they're like sweating? I'm like, all right. And then one of them, like, one of the images that was rendered, like they're in their underwear.
Oh, you guys need to try out Novel AI for image generation then.
Ooh,
Novel
novel AI.
That one's
is that?
really good, and they do all of the well, it's better for like your anime waifus and things like that, but
Ah.
it does men very well too. I have about a couple hundred gigs worth of images generated.
Oh man, that's
Mm.
awesome. But yes, what's it called again? We'll still be going live for Project Eggroll every Saturday, but just on my own personal channel, we won't be live. But yes, follow us, follow Madam Savvy. Thank you, Madam Savvy, for coming on. Really appreciate it. And a last one, thank you so much, Jason Yankovic, is that how you say it? For the $5 super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. What was that super sticker? It is a yellow lemon raising up something. I don't know what it is. But thank you for the super sticker. But yes, we will be back next week with more Project Eggroll. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Follow Madam Savvy. Follow all of us and our links. They should be in the description below. But thank you so much, Madam Savvy, for coming on. And we will catch everyone next time. Take care.
Ooh.